So I really don't want to be here. So I'm just here so I don't get fined. So you can ask me pretty much whatever question you want. Y'all can just shoot, but I'm gonna give you the same answer every time. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm here so I don't get fined. Yeah. I gotta Bolt House, my sponsorship. I gotta give them something. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Does that answer everyone's questions? Okay. God bless.
It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's going down for real.
Hello. Apparently I'm not allowed to just come in here and just say that I'm only here because I don't want to get fined. Apparently I have to actually answer your guys' questions, so I figured I would do that today. I got a bunch of you guys' questions. Thank you to everyone thank you to all you press people for asking me questions. I really appreciate it. You can always leave more in the comment section below of every league match video, and I will answer them as best I can. My opening statements before you guys can ask me questions. I wanted to have a little opening statement. I would like to say that it is only week 1, so you guys need to just settle down. There's no need to panic. It was only week 1. We battled against a really good opponent. He's made it to the championship both seasons, and we happened to get outplayed. We happened to lose this week. That's bottom line. That's what happened. So I guess I'll start taking questions from you over there. I guess take one from Sir Quags. Why are they allowing you in here? You're a coach in the league. You're a divisional coach. Why are you here? Anyways, go on. Do you think you would have won if you wouldn't have slack-offed on that first turn, or if you would have just whirlwinded instead? You think the game would have gone in your favor? Would I have won without the slack-off play? There's so many things that go into that, actually. It's very hard for me to answer that question completely truthfully. I feel as if I would have won, but I can't. You can never say for sure. Hindsight is always 20/20. So, like you can't. I don't know. I would in my distorted mind, I'd like to think I would have won, but that's just my mind. I could have very well lost. I could have very well lost worse than I did if I get that whirlwind off instead of just going for the slack off. But I mean, we don't really know. I honestly think that was a really stupid question, to be honest, Lance. Looking right at you. I don't know why you'd ask that, but I mean, I guess that's what it. I mean, I'd like to think I would, but I don't know. I guess we'll take one over there. Coach, what was going through your head when you whirlwinded the fortress into the Embor to take that future sight attack? What was just going through your head in that moment? That was a very crucial moment in the battle. That play, that was a good play, wasn't it? Alright, so I would like to sit here and tell you guys it was completely calculated, 100%. I knew that was going to happen, but that's a complete lie. I didn't know any of it was going to happen. It was pretty much all luck, and we take those. I do know, however, I did calcs after the match, and the crit didn't matter. He would have died regardless. That Psyshock would have, or not Psyshock, that Future Sight would have definitely killed regardless, so it didn't really matter. However, I was mainly trying to whirlwind because I thought he would set up rocks himself, and I didn't want him to rapid spin mine. I wanted to keep mine out there, so that's why I whirlwinded. It was not because and then he ended up being not very aggressive with his hazards, and he ended up just not setting up his rocks. He ended up rapid spinning. So honestly, because he rapid spinned, the only time that it was okay, or the only Pokemon that I wanted to come in was that. So I mean, I got pretty lucky. I like to say it was 100% calculated, but it was not. But yeah, so Good question. Good question. I'll take one from you. You over there. You can shoot one at your boy right now. Starting 0-1 can kind of demoralize a team sometimes. How's the locker room holding up after that loss? Yeah, yeah. I honestly don't think that's a valid. I don't think that's a valid mindset whatsoever. I think that as I let off with my opening statements, starting off 1-0 is just starting off 1-0. It's okay. It's okay. We are all fine. The locker room's doing great. The morale is still up. Everyone had a lot of fun in that match. All the players are good. Everyone's happy. Stoutland was a little upset he didn't get any playtime, but he knows he's the rookie of the year. We're trying to develop him at the same time, so he's got potential. He'll get back in. But yeah, everybody's pretty much fine. Everyone's pretty much good. We're just mainly looking forward to next week. Looking forward to another chance to get out there and another game, another chance to play, and just get out there and have some fun. Really, yeah. Next question. So, Coach, I know this is NecroStevo actually here asking you this question. I'm not sure why they let me in to ask you some press conference questions, but apparently opposing coaches are allowed in here. I just came in here to kind of dance on your grave, if you will, to shove salt into the wound a little bit. But I was just curious. I have a couple questions. Number one, why didn't you bring Stoutland? I feel like Stoutland would have done a lot of damage to my team. Yeah, I don't know why they let you in here. To be completely honest, that's just fine. That's just peachy. To be honest, I'll show up to every one of your press conferences, and especially the ones you lose. If you ever lose, I'll be there every time. I have a particular set of skills, and they all involve being at when you lose at that press conference. Anyways, why didn't I bring Stoutland? I felt like number one, you would suspect Stoutland, and I felt like you would team plan very hard to stop it. And also, I wasn't planning on bringing Sand until the very last second. I didn't upload my team planning video because it didn't have Sand involved. I literally changed my team maybe 3 seconds before the battle because I was like, maybe he will bring the Charizard, and if I don't bring Sand in this battle, I just kind of lose to Charizard. So I switched at the very last second, and I put in the hippo. But without the hippo, there's no reason for me to really bring Stoutland, in my opinion. So I kind of just I just didn't bring it. I thought you'd team plan for it. I wasn't gonna bring Sand, and I was like, whatever. What on your team surprised you, or what on? Okay, all right. I would have to say that probably the thing that surprised me the most was the fact that you weren't refrigerate on your Aurorus. I really thought that was clever to run Snow Warning instead, because that way it stops my Sand if I were to have brought Stoutland. I wasn't able to return all of the things. I would have had to superpower a bunch, and superpower does not allow me to sweep. So that was probably really good. Nothing on your team really surprised me, I would say. I didn't get to see the Rhyperior. I figured the Rhyperior was banded, but I didn't get to see it. So that was actually the Pokemon that I was the most scared of on your team, was Rhyperior. But yeah, nothing really. You brought pretty much everything I thought except for the Aurorus. I was like, what can this thing do? Why would it bring Refrigerate, Hyper Voice? It doesn't do that much to my team. I knew from calcs throughout the week that you couldn't OHKO my Charizard with it, and that I could one-shot you back, but I thought maybe you'd run like defense investment in your Aurora so that I couldn't one-shot it back, and you'd run Scarf and you could 2KO me. But apparently that wasn't the case, and I was able to one-shot you. But yeah, that was pretty much everything. Next question. Your play with Charizard X in the preseason was very, very aggressive, and it definitely paid off by the fact that you were 6-0 in the preseason. It seemed like this week you didn't necessarily bring him out early enough, and you didn't necessarily go in and give yourself a chance to sweep. We saw in the team preview that you definitely did enough defensive calcs where you could live That was a long-winded question. Okay. Okay. Yeah, my play with Charizard X in the preseason was very aggressive, and I got a lot of sleeves, so that did lead to me being 6-0 in the preseason. However, the preseason is a very different game. There's not any pressure on me in the preseason. I felt for the longest time, I actually, in my mind, like, I went back and I looked at it, I felt the entire game Charizard X was my win condition, and I never used it to win. Like I completely agree that I should have been more aggressive with him. I feel like that one's from Frank, by the way. Shout outs to So Simple. Thank you for the question, my friend. I definitely think that I didn't bring it out earlier because I was afraid of the Rhyperior. I didn't want my Dragon Dance to be in vain and then him just Stone Edge me and I die. If you look at any damage calcs, Dragon Claw or whatever it's called are like Dragon Claw or Flare Blitz. There you go. Did pretty much nothing to his team. Sorry, I just completely blanked out for a second. I apologize to everybody. They did pretty much nothing to Rhyperior. Rhyperior in particular, not his team, like Rhyperior in particular. It did nothing. So I was like, why bring it out if I'm just going to die? So I kept trying to bait in the Rhyperior to no avail. He just kept it back there as a check for Charizard, and that was why I didn't really bring it out. Next question, I guess. He also came off of a loss this week. How do you feel about your chances going into next week? And do you feel like there's a chance that you could start off 0-2? That would be very, very tough considering the rest of your remaining schedule. You kind of need to get this win. Yes. I am firmly of the belief that we can win every week, not just one week. I feel like every single week we give ourselves a chance to go out there and get a W, and I think we'll do it this week. Yes, we do have a hard schedule. However, I don't think we need to win this week, but I think we will. I think this week is crucial, but it's not a must-win. Next question. I believe I just answered that actually. I don't think so. We do have a hard schedule. I understand I understand why people would think that it might be, but again, everyone needs to just calm down. It's not we lost to a very good team week 1. We got out team played. We got outplayed, but that doesn't mean anything is over. I still believe in us. I fully believe in the team, in the players that we have on this team, and I think that we'll do fine. I think it'll be okay. I think everything will. I think everything will go through. I don't think it's a must-win by any means. Is this next week versus Shiny Marinok a must-win? Do you need to win to make the playoffs this next week? Already in week 2, is this a must-win? Very, very good team. The things that scare me the most, I think, are Roserade and Tornadus. I'm going to be team planning a whole lot around not losing to those. Because they both do a ton of work to my team. In my opinion, I do have some dedicated checks, and I will bring those dedicated checks. But if you look at the overall compilation of my team, Roserade does a lot. So we're gonna definitely team plan to stop the Roserade and make sure that if he does bring it, it won't be really worth bringing it. So that's a thing. We're gonna stop the Roserade in its tracks. I don't know why. It scares me. We'll probably also have to bring a spinner this week, which we didn't last week, because he does have toxic spikes on his Roserade. He has stealth rocks. He has a lot of things that are actually pretty scary. He can definitely hazard stack pretty well. So looking forward to next week. Next question. Last question, actually. Then I gotta go. Last question. I only have time for one more. So your opponent, Shiny Marinok, this week really has a tough team. Which Pokemon in particular that he has really make you scared and are really going to give your There are a lot, actually. Pretty much every battle in the Indigo League of Legends, which if you want to check those out, there is a YouTube channel, Indigo League of Legends. Go check that out. All of the Week 1 matches will be in that playlist. I'm very interested to watch Shiny Marinok's Week 1 battle. I'm very interested to see what happened there. And I'm also very interested to watch Master Roshi versus Director DRB. I think that'll be another great match. You guys should definitely definitely go check out that YouTube channel if you haven't already. Give it a sub and go check out the playlists. And there's also going to be a lot of great content on that channel from Kanga, from Kanga's Cloud, from myself, and from a lot of people. So it should be a lot of fun. Definitely go check that out. It should be good. But yeah, that's gonna be all the questions for this week. I'll hit you guys. I'll hit you press people up with a team building video. We have our next battle next Wednesday against Shiny Marinok, as we've already talked about. So thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Make sure to leave me press conference questions next time, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.